Hello, Minasan, Hiki and welcome to another indie game. This one's called Myosotis, My Life Is Not Yours to Take, and it's by the developer Frogcake, and this was a submission for the Reno 2025 and the Interactive Fiction Showcase 2025 Game Jams. Let's start the game. I think this is like the third game I play that has the name Myosotis, right? Let's start the game. Would you like to see the content? Yeah, show the content warnings. Murder, strangulation, fire, describe blood, corpse, kissing a dead body, and burning alive. So if you guys don't want to see any of that, feel free to, you know, leave. Let's start the game. Work is boring. You never thought you'd be able to enjoy a job, and this particular one only proves you're right. I mean, who gets to enjoy their job, am I right? You shuffle through a stack of old case files, flipping through the pages without really reading them. The words blur together, medical terms and names of the dead, all blending into the same dull nothing. That's all this is. There was nothing to do at the cemetery today. You should be at the cemetery right now, you tell yourself. But you wander back here, hoping for anything to break the monotony. But even here, there's nothing. Aside from all the bodies, but that doesn't freak you out as much as it used to. Dropping the file back on the counter, the morgue smells like antiseptic and old metal, the kind of scent that sticks to your clothes. The hum of the light presses against your skull. You rub your eyes, glancing towards the door. As if in queue, someone enters. Hover on highlighted text to inspect. Someone familiar. You heard the sounds of those footsteps 1,000 times. It barely registered in your mind. Interesting. You look down expecting another coworker, maybe your supervisor coming to scold you, wasting your time. But it's Ethan. 23, male. Am I gonna have to remember all of this? Because hopefully I don't. Ethan Calloway, 23, male, smart, if a bit quiet. You have been dating this goofball for probably... Can you just call it your boyfriend or something? Hey, Ethan. Hello. What are you doing? You blink at him, he looks off, his stance is stiff, shoulders tense, like he wasn't expecting to find anyone here. For a second you think about answering seriously, but then again, this place is miserable, and he looks miserable, and it just feels right to break the tension. What, am I not allowed to loiter in my favorite depressing workplace? You flash him a smirk, but he doesn't react. His eyes flick down to your hands. You follow his gaze, frowning, you weren't holding anything special, just some old paperwork. This one's fill out, buttons signed. I was about to ask the supervisor what to do with it, and the other files down here. This is a very interesting thing that I don't think I have seen in other visual novels I have played. The fact that you can like highlight the word to get cremation permit request. This one's filled. It's actually adds a lot to this. Put that down. You sure? You set the file back onto the counter, watching him carefully now. The shift is in the air, subtle, but it's there. Something is wrong. Why are you even here? Killing time, not literally. Still no reaction, even a huff of amusement. Ethan's jaw clenches, his gaze flickers towards the door for half a second, like he's considering something. Alright. And that's when it really sinks in. He's nervous, not annoyed, not confused, nervous. You work with him long enough to know the difference. Your stomach twists. Uh-oh. Did I do something? What's up with you? Nothing. His answer comes too fast, his voice is sharp, too controlled. Your fingers curl slightly, the light feels too bright now, the whole room feels smaller, like the walls are closing in. Yeah, sure, nothing. You take a step back, just slightly, just enough to put space between you. You shouldn't feel like you have to. Ethan notices. What were you looking for? What? Nothing, I told you, I was just... Don't lie. His voice drops lower than before, there's something underneath it, something restrained. Control, contain. You remember your dad using the same tone on your brother once. He had cheated on his girlfriend and Dad had just... No, even then, Dad's voice didn't sound like this. The tension in the air tightens like a rope around your throat. You don't like this, you don't like the way he's standing. The way he hands current to fist like he's holding something back. Sympathetic nervous system. The feeling is barely perceptible with a torrent of adrenaline pumping in your veins, but a deep primal part of you recognizes the presence of a predate. I really like this. You don't like the fact that, for the first time since knowing him, you don't trust him, not even a little. You want to move past him and leave. But he moves first. It's fast, too fast. Oh my god. He just nothing personal hit me. 1 second he's just standing there, studying his expression readable. The next he's reaching up for you. You don't even get the chance to react before he stands around you, grabbing your waist, your arms, pushing. The text is kind of moving, it's nice. You stumble back, knocking over the chair behind you. The metal legs stretch against the tile. It sounds sharp and jarring. What the hell is happening? There's something well in his eyes, something raw and terrified. But underneath that, there's intention. He's already made up his mind. It's gonna kill me. Your body thrusts against him. You don't understand why. What did you do? Your vision fight or flight reaction is screaming at you to get away, but he doesn't let go. The pain sharp and immediate. Ethan. You don't get to finish the question before he shoves you again, harder this time. Your back hits the metal table behind you, cold pressing through your clothes. The breath is knocked from your lungs, and for a second you don't even feel scared, just confused. This isn't a joke, this is some weird misunderstanding. He says something, but you don't hear it over the rush of blood in your ears. You try to push him back again, but your balance is already off. Your feet slip against the slick tile, and suddenly, you're falling. Something hard and sharp presses into your back as you hit the floor, knocking the breath from, oh no, I'm gonna die. Your vision whims, plane flying through you, deep and unbearable, your hands gasped and nothing, your mind stuttering, trying to catch up. Ethan is leaning over you, his face is pale and tense, his chest rising and falling too fast. His hands are shaking now. Your fingers press against something warm, spring beneath you. Blood, oh, positive. No. The war blurs at the edges, dark creeping in too fast. You try to move, try to say something, but your body won't listen. The morgue feels even colder now, the lights too bright, buzzing louder than before. Well, if you're gonna die in a place, a morgue, it's a good place to die, I guess. The weight on your limbs turns to nothing, the sound of your own breathing slows, the pain is still there, but it doesn't matter anymore. Your body feels wrong. Ethan's still there, watching, not moving, not saying a word. He just suddenly leaves and returns with an object in his hand. Then nothing. I just died. We're gonna go back in time. Probably. Everything is started, the morgue is still there, but it's wrong. At least more wrong than it felt before. The lights are dimmer now, flickering weakly. Animum penumbra. You're 7, it's past midnight, your brother wants to show you something. It's the Orion constellation, he whispers, barely containing his excitement. Through his telescope, the stars blur together. The once hard brightness reduces to something distant, the constant hum of the fluorescent, the quiet inferior. You're 14, it's past midnight, your bedroom is on the 2nd floor, but you can hear the television boom below the floorboards. Your parents almost had another fight, now they watch TV in bitter silence. You will prefer if they had fought instead of the cooling units itself muffled. You try to move, but your body limbus lividity. You're 18, it's past midnight, you're on the 4th coffee, and some work isn't getting done any quicker. The due date is the morning, but your body feels so heavy. Doesn't feel real. Your limbs are weightless and disconnected, and you're floating just above the floor. The god that should be pressing against your skin isn't there, you don't feel anything. Vacuous in oculis. You're 20, it's past midnight, this is your 2nd shift at the morgue, and the first time you laid eyes on a dead body. You saw it only for a second, between 2 closing doors, your entire being went cold. Not the chill of the room, not the ache in your limbs, not the pounding of blood in your veins. Something shifts in the corner of your vision, you turn and... Memento Mori. You're 21, it's past midnight, Ethan Calloway asks you if you'd like to go out with him. Kissing him, you pretend to hesitate. Yes, I'd love to. You see yourself. Your body's still there, sprawled on the floor where you fell, motionless, lifeless. Arms slack, eyes dull, blood staining the tile beneath you in a slow creeping pool. It's so still that for a moment your mind refuses to believe it. That's not you, that can be you. Then Ethan moves. He kneels beside your body, jaw tight, breathing shaky. He hesitates just for a second, staring at your, or what's left of you before his hands move quick and practiced. 21X, bruising around the wrist, cuts and cracks at the back of the skull, defensive wound, cause of death, blunt force trauma to the head. You. Me. He presses your hair on your face and tucks it behind your ear, caressing your cheek before learning momentarily to give it a kiss. Well, he technically did not kill me. I will say that much. Technically, he didn't kill me. He then backs up and grabs you by the shoulders, drawing you across the floor and gritting his teeth as he lifts your body and shoves into a spare storage cabinet. You can speak, you can breathe, you can even move as you watch it happen, as he then presses your arms against your sides, pushing your legs in, making sure your body fits before slamming the door shut. That's it, that's where you are now, shoved away like nothing, like an inconvenience, like you were never here. Ethan exhales sharply, pressing a hand over his face. His chest rises and falls unevenly before he forces himself to breathe slower. His fingers twitch, then steady. Slowly, methodically, he kneels again, this time riffling through your pockets. He pulls something out. You can see what it is, but only that it makes him pause. His thumbs brushes over it once, twice. Before he shoves it into his own pocket, his hands are still shaking. But when he straightens his face is blank. Another breath, another exhale. Ethan rolls his shoulders, cracking his neck like he's resetting himself. Like whatever weakness just flickered through him doesn't exist anymore. When he turns towards the door, he steps in steady control like nothing happened. But you're still here. And you're watching. You aren't breathing anymore, but if you were, you'd think your chest would be aching. It's not a word that I can read. How could you? Then Ethan stopped, his hands on the doorknob. His head tilting slightly. And he looks directly at you. Oh my god, he can see ghosts? For the first time, he looks scared. His breath catches, his whole body going rigid as his eyes flicker, first to the door, then to the cold metal cabinet where he stuck your body, and then to you. Your stomach will have dropped if you still had one. His expression falls apart, his lips part slightly, his brows drawing together, his pupils blown wide with something that looks almost like shock. He looks back at the cabinet and the motionless body inside at you again. His breath shudders out, his shoulders locking tight as his fingers twitch at his sides. Then his face twists. Not into fear, not into guilt, something else. Something unreadable, something dangerous. He does. What are you gonna do, kill me again? He doesn't say a word, doesn't even breathe for a second, but you can see in his eyes, he knows this is real. He doesn't say anything, doesn't question it, doesn't even hesitate. His whole body jerks into motion as he turns away, grabbing the handle and shoving the door open. His footsteps are fast, panicked, but not entirely running. The sharp sound of his shoes echoes against the tiles, the fluorescent lights flicker as the door swings shut behind him. The lock clicks into place. You stare at the door, your body is still in the cabinet, Ethan is gone, but you're still here. Stillness, another body in the morgue. And you're staying behind. You don't think, just follow. He reaches the morgue door. I'm gonna save it, just in case. Grabbing for his keys with shaky hands, the key slips, flutter against the tile. He curses under his breath, grabs it, shoves it into the lock. Click. The bolt slides into place just as you reach the threshold. But the lock door doesn't stop you, as if it would. Is he stupid? So are we playing the part of the ghost following? It's kind of interesting because we usually play the part of the person followed by a ghost, right? Very nice music, by the way, too. You step forward and walk right into it. Figured this would happen. The hallway is dim and empty except for Ethan, who is already halfway down it. His movements are sharp, rushed. His hands are still in his pocket, clenching around whatever he took from you. His breath is shallow, but he isn't stopping. He keeps walking, like he just pretends hard enough that you aren't real, you'll disappear. But maybe I'm bound to the object he took, right? You don't disappear, you keep following. He knows you're behind him, but he doesn't dare to look over his shoulder. He shoves open the exit door, stepping out in the cold night air. The city. Ashenville. Suburb a few miles from the east coast used to be ghost town before the turn of the century and the dot-com boom. Hums in the distance, cars passing, neon lights blinking, life continuing as if nothing has changed. But for you, everything has. He then walks like a man trying to outrun his own shadow. His pace is steady, too deliberate, too forced. The distance with you isn't much, just a few steps, close enough for him to feel it. Close enough that, when he glances at his reflection in a passing window, he sees you. You wonder if it makes his stomach twist the way yours does. Still, he says nothing, no acknowledgement, no denial, just control, like he ignores you long enough. If he focuses on putting one foot in front of the other, if he refuses to see you, maybe you'll disappear. With you done, of course. You know he can hear you, every chip of movement, every footstep, you are even trying to be quiet. And yet, nothing. You narrow your eyes, fine, you remind him he wants to pretend you don't exist. You pick up your pace, stepping directly into his path, cutting him off. He halts, barely avoiding walking through you. His body tenses. The same sharp inhale, the exact moment of hesitation, the way his fingers curl tighter into his pockets like he's fighting yours to react. He doesn't meet your eyes. Then he steps around you and keeps walking. Your stomach twists. It's not fear, not grief, it's rage. You quickly tail behind him. The silence is unbearable. Ethan keeps walking, pretending, and acting like you aren't right here. You just kill me, man, come on. Like you don't exist, like he didn't just see you standing in the street, staring back at him, like you aren't following him through the streets, step for step, waiting for him to acknowledge what he did. Murder or involuntary manslaughter, if it's murder, that's at least 20 years without parole, yeah. And he won't even look at you, he won't say a word. He just keeps walking. You let him walk, you let him ignore you, you can let him pretend for a while that maybe you aren't really there. But it won't last, it can't. Because the longer you follow, the more the anger builds, it crawls on your spine, hot and thick and suffocating, filling the empty spaces where your heartbeat used to be. You're dead, and he did it. And now he's walking like it doesn't matter, like he didn't just shove your body into a cabinet. Disrespectful. Your hands glance at your sides, no heartbeat, no breath, no warmth left in your body, but you still feel this. And suddenly, you're done waiting. Why? Ethan doesn't react, he keeps walking, keeps pretending that makes it worse. Something inside you snaps. Say something. Your voice rings through the empty street, sharp, furious. Ethan flinches barely, but it's enough. It's enough. You see it, his breath stutters, but he keeps moving. You saw me back there, didn't you? Nothing, no reaction, just the same stiff, careful walk, like he's trying to make himself smile, like if he doesn't respond, the moment won't be real. You killed me. Ethan pays hitches for a fraction of a second, but still he says nothing. You grate your teeth, something white hot burning under your skin. Why won't he say anything? Why is he still pretending? Like none of this matters, like you don't matter. What did I ever do to you? You step closer, keeping pace beside him, refusing to be ignored. You're yelling, your voice raw and demanding, but you don't care. He owes you this. He owes you everything. I thought you... You cut yourself off, breathing catching in your throat before the words finish leaving your mouth. Something about them feels wrong. When it's too late, you already said it. You already let it slip. I thought you loved me. Ethan stares straight ahead, his jaws clenched so tight you think his teeth might break. It can hurt you if... He did, though he can no longer admit this to himself. Now it's easier that way. It's easier if you never matter. Well, what an asshole way to think, Ethan. His hands are shaking, shoved deep in his pockets. He doesn't stop walking, doesn't speak, he doesn't even look at you. And that makes it worse. Because now, more than anything, you remember him. You remember the late nights, the long shifts, and how he looked at you. You remember how his voice sounded when he said your name, how he always pretended not to care, that you were pretty sure he did. You remember thinking he was safe. You remember trusting him. Can he push you into the traffic or something? And that pisses you off. Your hand curls into fist at your side, frustrating, buzzing through you. Restless, uncontainable. You don't care if he talks now. You don't care if he answers. You just want him to feel this. You shove him. Your hands barely make contact before they face right through him. You knew you wouldn't be able to touch him, but you're enraged nonetheless. You glare at him, shaking, chest tight with anger. Say something, you coward. But still, I want to know, why did he kill me? Or like, I know he didn't exactly kill me, but why was he being so suspicious about the... Not even a twitch of his expression. About the papers that I grabbed, right? Fine. If he won't talk, he'll make his life hell. You aren't leaving him alone. No deal, he answers you. Myosotis, my life is not yours to take. You trail him across campus, past the quiet streets, past people can see you. It doesn't matter, he can. When he finally reaches his dorm, he doesn't hesitate. He pushes the door open, inside, and lets it slam shut behind him. You step right through it, slipping inside as if it was mean nothing. He then moves like a man trying to stay in control, slow, deliberate. He doesn't look at you. He just shrugs off his coat, throws it into the chair by his desk, and rubs a hand over his face like he can wipe away the weight pressing down on him. He doesn't deserve a moment of peace. You Step forward and swipe the nearest thing you can reach, a notebook, a pen, anything. It barely moves, just a weak shuffle across your desk. You grate your teeth, focus harder, shove at something else, a small plastic container, tips over, a few coins scattered through the surface. The weakest ghost ever. The effort drains you immediately, a suddenly sharp pull of energy from somewhere deep inside. You feel it in your fingertips, it's a static hum of your body. It then stops. Not a big reaction, not even much of one at all, you needed to do something more. You grate your teeth and do it again, another pen, a book shifting slightly on the desk, a water bottle knock onto its side, rolling across the wood. Man, now I wonder like the small things happening, like, oh, my controller move a little bit, oh, that light flickering, it's like a ghost doing his absolute best. You feel each action deep in your core, like pulling an invisible strings, like stretching something that doesn't want to be bent. You know you reach your limit tonight, but nonetheless your eyes flicker back up to Ethan's form, watching his reaction. Just like before, he ignores it. Nothing new or strange, he doesn't even seem surprised that you can move objects. He steps back to the desk and sits on the bed, staring blankly at the wall, at nothing, at anything but you. His posture stays stiff, too rigid, too controlled, but he doesn't speak. He won't. The worst part? You can even touch him, you can shake him, you can make him feel the way he made you feel. No matter how much anger bursts through you, he still has the power to ignore you. It doesn't last long before exhaustion catches up to him. Unlike you, he still needs his rest. But he doesn't rest peacefully. At first he's still to steal, his breathing is even controlled, but it doesn't last. After a while he starts to shift. He does this once, then again, his body twisting beneath the sheets, his face pinches. Tense, he's having a nightmare. You step closer, arms crossed, gaze lock on him. What could he possibly have nightmares about? He killed you, he's been ignoring you, he spent every second since you're dead pretending nothing is wrong, that his hands aren't sucking kill. So why does he look like this now? Yeah, I wanna know too. A part of you is hoping, praying it's about you, that the wake of your death is finally weighing on him. His brows pulled together, breath sharp, murmuring something under his breath. The words are too soft, too jumbled to make out, but his hands twitch like he's reaching for something. His head shakes slightly against the pillow, his jaw tightening before he turns onto his side. His body curling inward like he's trying to make himself small. His breathing isn't steady anymore, it's quick, shallow, and steady. Then a choke barely there sound, almost like a gasp. His hands grip the blanket, knuckles white. Recurring nightmare. Whatever's in him, he had this grip for a long time. This is the cost of self-control, a fever to the heart, the slow knife. He mutters something again, but it's a little clearer this time, a single word, a name maybe. No, not a name. Just a whisper of something raw, something afraid. No. Your stomach twists. What? It's not about you. Whatever he's seeing, whatever his mind is playing for him over and over again, it's not you. It's something else, something older, something deeper. And you have no idea what it is. He shifts again, breath catching, shoulders rising and falling too fast. You take another step forward, staring down at him. You should feel satisfied. He deserves this. He deserves worse. But you wonder what he's actually afraid of, and why it isn't you. There's another ghost following him? For the first time in your relationship, you're the jealous one. Maybe I'm the freak. No wait, he literally killed you, yeah. Never mind. The next morning, Ethan gasps up without a word. No reaction to the night before, no sign that he remembers the way he trashed in his sleep. Muttering things he'll never say it out loud. He just goes through the motions like nothing has changed. He doesn't talk, he doesn't text, he doesn't call anyone, he just exists. Automaton. The robot moves, its programs on autopilot, and Ethan is so small within himself that even the robot no longer registers his presence. You follow him as he moves into the bathroom, only giving him grace to shower and returning as he is busy brushing his teeth. The privacy-respecting ghost. He doesn't look at the mirror, not directly, his gaze stays low, locked on the sink. Avoiding his own reflection. Iron lung. But trapped within his this is still titan, Ethan screams in terror like a man buried alive. Interesting. He changes clothes, grabs his bag, heads to campus, you're right there, step for step, watching everything. Watching him sit through lectures, take notes with a blank face, not along as Professor drones on. Watching him go through an entire day pretending he's just another student like nothing is hanging over him. Like he isn't walking around with blood on his hands. Days like this continue on for a while, his routine almost identical to the one he had before he had murdered you, except it then isn't going to work. He's been skipping for the past few days. You notice it when the time rolls around, when he should be heading to the morgue, when he should be settling it for another long shift under those awful flickering lights. But he doesn't. He doesn't even check his phone for messages. He will just idle around the campus for a while before returning to his dorm and preparing for the next day. Is no one else working at that morgue? The day was the same, he just remained where he was, sitting on a bench outside of one of the buildings, rubbing slow circles into his temples. Ooh, yeah, I get an option. You take the opportunity to speak, sitting beside him on the bench. The choices you make will influence later events. Shite him or try to get answers? Try to get answers. Reason tempers your rage. Ignoring me won't make me go away. He then doesn't react. You gotta at least tell me why you did it. Tell me why you did it. Still nothing, just the same careful, stiff silence. I just wanna know, did it piss you off? Was it for fun? Was it fun for you? He then grips on his back, tightens knuckles going wide, his breathing is steady, controlled. Then finally, achieving his gaze, your words were not enough to break, but enough to crack. Stop. It's just one word, but it's the first thing he said to you since the morgue. His voice is raw, bold night, not angry, not defensive, just exhausted. That means you're getting to him. You're still your head watching him, it will be easy to glow to remind him that you don't need anything from him. He's the one who took everything from you. But instead the question sits in the air between you, heavy, waiting for answers. Did you not love me? Why did you kill me? What's going on? Why did you kill me? Yeah. He then stiffens his entire body, going rigid. It's a simple question, the only one that really matters. But he won't answer, you already know that. He exhales slowly, tilting his head back against the bench, eyes closed for half a second, before he laughs. It's sharp, like something breaking, like something slipping through the cracks. He drags it in a breath to calm himself. You turn your head slightly, following his gaze, expecting to see something, someone. Oh? But there's nothing there, it's just you and him. The basilisk turns in its sleep. A jolt of phantasm, you feel faint for a mere moment. For some reason, when it passes, your mind fixates on when you first meet Ethan at the strange mark he had on his hands. And yet he looks so sure, like he knows he's not alone, like something else is there lurking out of sight. Your stomach twists. But before you can say anything and demand what the hell he's looking at, he then shakes his head and mutters something under his breath, too soft to hear. Then he stands up, shoving his hands in his pocket and walks away. Like always, you follow him. The streets blur together, it's routine now, the same slow, silent walk away. It's the same way your presence calls around him, like a second shadow. You take every chance to roll him just because you can. He flinches and stiffens but never speaks. But tonight something soft. Ethan isn't just reacting to you anymore, he keeps shaking over his shoulder despite you walking beside him. His pace is quick, not quite rushed, but close, his fingers twisted. I feel like I'm not the first person you kill. You can catch all of it, just a few words, quiet and shaky, repeat like a mantra. Not yet. Not now. Not ever. Okay. He then reaches his dorm, stepping inside with hesitation. With a pause, he barely even bothers turning on the light, like he's moving on autopilot. The second the door swings shut behind him, he exhales a slow, heavy breath, like he's holding it entire welcome. No brushing his teeth, no checking his phone, nothing, just immediate escape. From an iron coffin to the nightly trails. Trolls? Trolls. Burying himself in the sheets as if it will fix anything. Coward. You step closer, watching the way his shoulders rise and fall with each breath, the tension still clinging to his body. The inferno, like hands that won't let go. Even now, he doesn't look peaceful. His brow twitches, his fingers curl around the edge of the blanket, gripping it like it's only thing anchoring him. Something about it feels wrong. Not in the way it should, not in the way you want it to. Then you notice it. At first you think it's a trick of the light, as shadows stretch at the edge of the room, flickering slightly with the dim glow of the city outside, but as your eyes adjust and focus, you see it clearly. Whoa. A figure standing at the foot of his bed. Ophelia. Pressure on the chest, muted, lungs full of water. Not the shadow of a tall lamp or hung clothes, a being just like you, a being staring at Ethan with an expression you can discern in the darkness, but it's there nonetheless. How many people have you killed? The figure at the end of Ethan's bed doesn't move as your eyes adjust in the darkness. You finally read his expression. Without yearning, it wants nothing, not anymore. Desire to a phantom trap in limbo. It's a beating heart roaming a dead world. There's no anger in his stance or hatred in how he looks at Ethan, just resignation. An eternity in limbo. You'd eventually given to that same surrender had you not found another spirit to speak with. You frown, taking a step closer. He's young, around your age, a college student. Maybe his clothes are nothing special, his posture slightly withdrawn. There's something unsettling and familiar about him, but the thought passes as quickly as it comes. Maybe he's one of your friends? You don't focus on it, there are more important things to figure out. Who are you? Why are you so cute? The figure startles, jerking upright, his eyes go wide, his body tensing instantly as he looks straight at you. He wasn't expecting you to see him, not at all, he's shocked. More than that, he's confused, his mouth opens slightly, but nothing comes out at first. He blinks once, twice, and then finally manages to force out some words. Obviously. Reason tempers your rage. You gave him a look, crossing your arms. What kind of question is that? Of course you can see him. You wouldn't have said anything if you couldn't. The figure hesitates, still thrown off, still staring at you like you're something that shouldn't exist, but after a second his lips press together, his shoulders sinking slightly, like he's trying to figure out what to do next. You are... You narrow your eyes, studying him, he still hasn't answered you. Who are you? You don't waste time, no jokes, no sarcasm. You want answers, you spend too much time following Ethan around, yelling into silence, demanding things from a man who refuses to speak. You're not going to wait around for this guy to do the same. The figure blinks, clearly still caught off guard, but something about the way you ask him to unsettle him more. Like the question is heavier than you made it to be. His gaze flickers to Ethan for half a second before returning to you. He hesitates. I don't know. You take a step forward, eyes narrowing. Alright, then what do you remember? His posture relaxing just a little, he doesn't answer right away, but after a pause he takes a small step forward. His eyes meet yours, and for the first time he really looks at you, not in shock, not in confusion, but in recognition. I remember him. His gaze shifts back to Ethan, still tangling his sheets, breathing slowly, and even for a moment, panic the next. Then his attention turns back to you. I remember you. So what if this is another person that Ethan killed, but the more you stay in this ghost state, the more you forget, and Ethan is just waiting for the people he killed to completely forget and leave him alone? Yeah? Certain of it? The way his voice carries your name is soft and melodic, and tenderness hasn't had it when talking about Ethan. I remember you. You blink for a second, a bit of blush creeping out on your cheeks. I'm sorry, I don't remember you. It's okay. Why are you following him? Ethan. It's not the way you do, not with anger or hate or the overwhelming need for answers. It's something else, something troubled. His eyes flicker back to you, the hesitation is still there, but there's something behind it now. Calculation, sadness, uncertainty. He killed me, as you could probably guess. His gaze flickers to you, then to Ethan. Damn. There's a chance that I'm right. But I wasn't expecting this. I'm so cute. Why are you so cute? The words that escape his mouth are genuine, and for some reason that makes you tense. He states his head says, tilting slightly, studying you with something too close to concern, like he's pressing the fact that you are here, standing in front of him. You are here with him, in this quiet hell. You're dead too. You go read it, you hate the way he says it, the way his voice softens like it hurts him to know. He then hasn't looked at you like that, not once, but this guy, he does, and for some reason that's worse. You swallow down the feeling, arms crossed as you force yourself to sound casual, struggling like it's nothing. So was the archives, the papers about you? And he was afraid that I found that he killed you and then he killed me because of that? Recently, actually, murdered by this dude. Because the guy just stares at you, something unreadable behind his eyes. Something tighter than before, like the answer didn't just come from something for him. Like it broke something too. That surprised you? No, I'm sorry. You're still angry. Well, of course I am. If you're still around, you must be too. I was not anymore. Well, you deserve to be. Reason tempers your rage. You mean it? You don't care what's changed, what time has dulled. He should still be angry. He should still want answers, want justice. He doesn't argue with you. Maybe, but I'd rather help you with what you need. No, I will help you too. If you're not angry for yourself, then I'll be angry for you. You're very stubborn. I won't deny it. Nice to meet you. Doe. Like John Doe, but I don't like the idea of being called John. You better pray your real name isn't John. Absolutely not. If I find out it is, I'm gonna possess some government guy and get it changed. You can't do that? I wish. You got my hopes up, man. Anyways, nice meeting you, Doe. Doe offers you a polite smile as you turn away from him to scan Ethan's room. You walk up to the desk and the close, searching for clues for anything, but there's nothing. No hidden notes, no secret letters, no scribbled confession of guilt, nothing that says I murdered you or I stole a life that wasn't mine. It's just the same ordinary mess. If we have any clues, they should probably be at the morgue, right? It pisses you off. He just observes tracking your every movement as you throw open yet another drawer. Riffing through it, it contents with grown imp. Wait, we can open drawers now? This doesn't make sense. What are you expecting to find? Something, anything. He killed me. He covered it up. There has to be proof of it somewhere. But how do you cover that up? Like, let's say the another worker of the morgue is gonna like eventually go there and it's gonna find my body in one of the. It's gonna be like, oh yeah, the guy that died in here. Now his body. It's that a common thing? You don't care what. It makes a loud, sharp sound against the room's quiet. You don't care that your hands are shaking slightly as you reach for the next thing, yanking a textbook off the shelf, flipping through the pages, like you'll find something horrible, guilty, secret crawling into the margins. Of course there's nothing. Dell takes a step closer, tilting his head slightly as he watches you. His expression is unreadable. Will he be that careless? There has to be something. He can just... People like him always sleep up, always. He stays quiet for a moment, studying you, then he moves towards the desk, reaching down the peak of his scattered papers, flipping through them with practice ease. Some sort of bookworm. There's something clerical about the way he scans the pages, eyes darting through the words diagonally, his fingers separating the stack like bookmarks. Wait. Have you noticed anything different? Besides the fact that he's a lying piece of shit. Besides that, you think about it. You remember how he has been avoiding work, avoiding the cemetery, how he has been looking over his shoulder, a whisper in his ear, a shadow over his face, and a knife at his back. And muttering under his breath when he thinks no one's listening, you know this is just because of you. He's scared. Well, he killed 2 people already. Obviously, he's gonna be wary. No, I wish. But he's scared of something else. Dot doesn't react at first, he just watches you quiet and thoughtful, then slowly he nods. Maybe he's scared of me. You turn to reboot him. Scared of though? Yes, the innocent smile, the twinkling eyes, and that fluffy hair truly is the sign of a nightmare for any self-respecting macho man. But when you meet his gaze, it makes sense. The basilisk opened its eyes. Nails digging into his palms, watering eyes pleading for help, for mercy. A vision of Ethan's hands wrap around Toast's throat pierces its way into your mind. The images flashes, sounds blare, some kind of sixth sense, like a basilisk thrashing it in its wake. Watches over your being, and sobers your gaiety back into grief and horror. When the phantasm passes, all you remember is a fleeting memory of when you first met Ethan and the strange marks on his palms. Signs of struggle? All those times Ethan was looking over his shoulder, muttering things, chances are that was because of Doe. But yeah, because you were following him around too, right? Does that mean Doe's seen you and Ethan this whole time? Whoop. What did you watch, though? Probably very not PG-13 stuff. You smile, putting the pieces together. Missing jigsaw. So what about those scares Ethan more than you? What about those that scares him? Sends him into night terrors that yours doesn't? Maybe that he doesn't love you? That makes sense. Your short-term victorious mindset dissipates as you remember you still have no solid leads on anything. Maybe we could visit the campus. Your eyes light up. Great, yeah, good thinking though. That chicks think pink and he looks away. Why are you so cute? I mean, it's just the obvious thing. As you realize he's right, you laugh a bit. Maybe I'm just stupid then. No. I didn't mean to imply that. You shrug it off as he attempts to backtrack, patting him on the shoulder. Don't worry, I know I'm just playing around. Dad deflates in relief, turning to the door. When will we go? What do you mean? Like, investigate the campus? Now, obviously. You pull him through the door before he can protest, heading down the stairs and out of the building. So we don't have to follow this guy. We are not forced to be around him, right? The campus is quiet, the usual student crowds replaced by empty walkways and darkened windows. It's a strange thing to eat like this, hollow and lifeless as the entire place has been abandoned just for you. Doe walks beside you, hands shoved into his pockets. He glances around, eyes tracing the tail buildings. Finally, he sighs, giving you a sideways look. Not to question your process or anything, but the college is closed, nobody's here. That's the point. Because breaking into places is totally normal ghost behavior. Hey, if it works, it works. Besides, I used to sneak in here all the time with one of my friends. What? Well, more like stay super late, fall asleep, and then sneak out, but same thing. There's no way you did that. What if you got caught? I wouldn't have. My friend had a lot of experience in sneaking in and out of places. They were one sneaky kid growing up too. You had a bad influence in your life since childhood? No, I think I'm giving them some bad PR. Never tell you about them, okay? Their name is Avery, and we grew up together. They didn't get along with their parents, so they hung up at my house, probably more often than they were at their own. My mom really liked having Avery around, and my dad liked how protective they were of me. When I got picked on middle school, Avery punched one of the bullies. That got us both lunch detention. After a while, we became pretty inseparable. You paused thinking about Avery for the first time in a while. I Can't believe I haven't thought of them much since I died. I kind of feel like a trash friend now. You're not, you just died, so it's understandable. I bet Avery is wondering where you are. That seems like a good friend. Sort of accusing them of being an evil, sneaky guy. Ashen Bill pressing. Dark circles under its eyes, a cocktail of fatigue and agitation that caffeine only aggravates. The man in blue speaks of runaways and probably must disappearance turned cold after 48 hours. Avery's friend has been missing for 62. So we've been dead for 62 hours now. He laughs as though stumbles on his words, over his words. No, you were not on the dot. They are an evil, sneaky guy. Come on, let's get back to searching. Dao hesitates at the threshold before stepping forward. Seems like this game it's gonna be a lot of text, so like, excuse me if I don't read all of it. You glance at him, raising an eyebrow. He's new to the whole being dead thing. I won't say I'm new to it, just it still catches me off guard sometimes. Ghost privilege. You start looking around, Dao joins you, flipping through the pages of a scattered stolen newspaper someone left behind you. You pass by classroom doors, peeking inside, but nothing seems out of place. Until something does. You stop at one of the bulletin boards, you gaze landing on an LD-filled article. The headline jumps out first, not because of what it says, but because of the name beneath it. You don't even read the article before you speak. How would you look at that? Dao turns to you, confused before following your gaze. His eyes widen slightly as he sees the name at the bottom of the page. Credit to Ethan Calloway. Your smirk grows as you gesture towards it. Guess our boy was a little overachiever, huh? Dao steps closer, scanning the page. His expression is unreadable, his brows furrowing as he studies the words carefully. The article is about something big. Ethan seems to have discovered more about Ashen Bill than what was taught in school. You watch him for a moment, then tilt your head. What you thinking about, Ghost Boy? Dao doesn't respond right away, his fingers twitching slightly before he finally exhales, his voice thoughtful. I don't know, I think I've read this before. I think I went here. You blink again, just smirk dropping slowly as you process that. What, this college? He nods slowly, drawing his fingers over the paper as if touching it will bring something back to him. Power Phantasm, Dao's eyes glaze over a mere moment. For some reason, you just know Dao has one of those Sixth Sense episodes you've been having. Yeah, I think I did. You cross your arms, raising an eyebrow. You think? He steps back, running a hand through his hair, his fingers gripping the strands. My major was journalism, just like his. The words come out confident, they weren't even thought before, but now that they are here, they feel right. He blinks his eyes, flaking up to meet yours, surprised at himself. A clicking sound. The first piece of his sense of self returns into its original position, and you are here to witness it. You tilt your head, watching him closely. This is the first time he remembers something real. I'm real. Days upon days of isolation have crystallized within Dao. Here, in this moment, your presence and recognition melts away in an instant. You shift your weight, crossing your arms as you eye him. You sure about that? Dao lets out a slow breath, nodding once. Yeah, I am. The last of the bulletin boards offer nothing, the classrooms are empty, even the library, a place you deem perfect to hide evidence, has nothing to offer. There are no answers here. Besides shoving your hands in your pockets, you just step back. Well, that was a waste of time. Not a total waste, I remember something, didn't I? You glance at him, his expression is lighter than before, a smile playing at the edges of his lips. There's something almost hopeful in it, like remembering something, even something as small as a college major, means something. Out of a nameless abyss, after weeks of aimlessly, a faceless ghost finally finds something to hold on to, something to ground him in material reality. The world regains its color. You roll your eyes, but don't arc. Yeah, good for you, Ghost Boy. At least one of you had answers. The laughs again, softer this time, shaking his head as he follows you towards the entrance. You step onto the street, your feet making no sound on the pavement. The air is crisp and cool, the street lights flickering softly at night. Of course, something feels off again. You slow your steps, waiting for it. The familiar pull, the invisible leash dragging you back whenever you stay too far. Oh, okay. It's been there since you woke up like this, leading you to him, keeping you close. So we are at least bound to some distance of him, right? But now it's gone. You stop completely frowning, you take another step forward, testing it. Nothing pulls you back. You go farther past the sidewall, past the edge of where you know you've been able to go, still nothing. No resistance, no unseen force yanking you back towards the dorms. Wait, what the hell? Dust stops beside you, his runs forwarding as he looks at you confused. What? You motion around, stepping even farther just to probe your point. I'm stuck, I can go wherever I want. That's not how it worked before. Dust's expression shifts, something dreadful creeping in. He tilts his head, watching you take a few more steps, still unrestrained by whatever force was tying you to it and before. Gravity. A ghost of fire and a ghost of ice, both wrapped in the chains of grief and tied to the past. You mean you were stuck before? Like, you couldn't leave? Yeah, every time I wander too far, I get pulled back like I was tied to him. That's weird. I never had that issue. I could always come and go. Maybe that's why you forgot everything. I was always stuck. You made those gaze searching for an answer in his expression. Why isn't it that happening now? Dal looks down, rubbing the back of his neck. He doesn't answer right away. His brows knit together. They even tell like he's piercing something together. You wait, watching him put his fingers twitch again, his lips press into a thin line. Then after a long pause, he exhales slowly, his voice quieter than he finally speaks. Maybe because we are together? What? Maybe it's because we are both connected to him in some way, I mean. You nod slowly, the unbreakable chain between you, the constant pull forcing you back to him, but now Tao is here. Like in the visible sense. So what, are you saying we cancel each other out or something? Not exactly, but maybe. I don't know, maybe our connection to him balances out like two forces pulling in different directions instead of just one. Cardinal North, the confinement of the morgue pulls you in, your body is still in the cramped compartment and your spirit feels the effects of its enclosure. Meanwhile, Tao's body is not here anymore. Wait, your body is in the campus? That's the nerdest way you could explain that. You're an Elysium major, remember? I have to sound smart sometimes. Though watches you waiting for your reaction, his explanation makes sense, or at least as much sense as anything does when you're dead trying to solve your own murder. He shifts slightly, hands still in his pockets, shoulders slightly hunched like he's bracing for you, dismissing his theory entirely. You hope you're shaking your head, but you don't arc because as ridiculous as it sounds, it makes sense. I don't want to say we're soulmates, that would be weird. That makes sense. You don't overthink it, you just nod. Ridiculous as it is, it doesn't make sense, the connection to Ethan and the way things have shifted all line up, or at least as much as anything in the afterlife does. That makes sense. You glance back at the street, staring at the wide open path ahead. The possibilities stretching further than ever. You could leave now. You could go anywhere. You're not chained anymore. But you don't leave, neither of you do. Then a glow catches your eye. It's initially subtle, just like the faintest sliver of warm color creeping up behind the skyline. A soft golden hue bleeding in the deep purples and blues of the night, the first hint of sunrise. Dust sees it too. He tilts his head, watching as the sky changes the way the edges of the clouds begin to glow. He stares, his lips parted slightly, something unreadable flickering across his face. The sunrise. Haven't seen one in a while? Not like this. His smile fades, his voice returning to something more focused. We should return before Ethan wakes up. Don't want him getting suspicious besides. We need to watch him and figure out what the hell's going on. Yeah. Let's go. figure. What? Another ghost? How many people have you killed, Ethan? Dressed in all black, moving carefully and slipping out of the building as if trying not to be seen. You stop immediately, you breathe stealing. Not that it matters anymore. Though follow your gaze, eyes narrowing slightly as he registers the person leaving the dorms. Who the hell? The figure doesn't look back. Well, or it's the Green Reaper or it's another dead person. He's already stirring earlier than usual. He moves slowly, mechanically, like his mind is somewhere else entirely, as he gets out of bed, grabs his bag, and heads out the door. You and Dove follow. It's routine now, following Ethan through the motions of his day, watching how he carries himself, searching for something out of place. But today, you'd notice something. Ethan is tense, not in the same. The music of this game is really good. Look, like, listen to that bass. His shoulders are tight, he steps a little too fast, his head turning slightly occasionally like he's shaking something. Text message sent 2 days ago at 5:12 p.m. Hey Ethan, noticed you didn't come to work yesterday, just checking in, things are a little weird here. But you know how it is. Anyways, text me when you can. See ya. Like he's looking for something or someone? Like he's looking at something. At first you smirk, arms crossed as you get pace beside him. Man, you must be getting to him. That raises an eyebrow, glancing at you. What do you mean? Look at him, he keeps checking over his shoulder. Text message sent yesterday at 8:43 p.m. Where have you been? Everyone at work is looking for you. The archive is locked, no one knows where the master key is, so that's what he has. Maybe that's what he took of me? The cops came to ask questions twice this week. What happened? Ethan does it again, you watch him closely, grinning at you, step closer, leaning if he can hear you. 3:37 a.m. I spent the night at the police station with Avery. Oh. We kept asking if they have found any leads. Meanwhile, you are nowhere to be found. I know you've been going to class break. Answer me, Ace. Can the cops not come to the school? What's wrong, Ethan? I'm not hunting you enough? Nothing, no reaction, of course no. Instead, he just keeps moving. And then, the more you watch him, the more something strange catches your eye. He's not looking at you. You frown, tilting your head slightly. He checks over his shoulder again, and you follow the movement, expecting him to stare at the space you're taking up, where he knows you are. But his gaze doesn't land there. It doesn't land on Doe either. Ethan is looking past both of you. Your stomach twists slightly, but you don't know why. Something about it makes the back of your mind itch. Makes your skin know. Whatever you have left crawl. Did you see that? His voice is quieter than before, more serious. You nod slowly, your smirk dropping as your arms fall to your sides. Yeah. You both go silent, watching Ethan move through the campus over the course of an hour, going through classes and passing by groups of students, all of them obviously oblivious to whatever the hell is wrong with him. He keeps checking, he keeps looking past you, glancing over his shoulder, scanning for something neither of you can see. He's afraid. But not of either of you. You exchange a glance with Doug, his face is unreadable, but you know he's thinking the same thing. Weird. Eventually the sun sinks below the skyline, painting the city in deep oranges and purples. The long day comes to a close and Ethan finally heads back to his dorm, still wound tight, still looking over his shoulder. It's strange watching him go through his nightly routine and act like nothing is wrong when everything is wrong. You almost notice the tension in your shoulders because as Ethan finally settles to his bed, his voice cuts through the silence, calm and easy. You look like you're about to combust. You scoff, crossing your arms. Gee, thanks. Dale smirks but doesn't push it, he just leans back against the wall, thoughtful, watching you, like he's trying to read something in your expression. So what's the next move? You hesitate, shifting your weight. That's the problem, you don't know. You've been following Ethan, waiting for something to happen, waiting for some massive reveal, but now things are more complicated than ever. You're free from your tether to him, but you're still here, thus starting to remember things, but only pieces. And Ethan is scared of something that isn't you. Jealous much? You run a hand on your face before citing frustration curling in your chest. I have no idea. Maybe that's the problem. You're stressing yourself out. Can you be stressed as a ghost? Oh my god, I thought dying will set me free from stress. Sorry, I didn't realize I wasn't allowed to be pissed about being murdered. You know that's not what I mean. Come on, let's go somewhere. Clear our heads. Yeah, let's go have dinner, I guess. You open your mouth, ready to argue, ready to say that you don't have time for this, but then you realize something. You're tense, your fists have been clenched for hours, your mind keeps circling the same damn thoughts over and over and over and over, like it's eating itself alive. You've been running at full speed towards answers, but still haven't found them. Though may have a point. You half rolling your eyes, but don't arc. Instead, you shove your hands in your pockets, exhaling slowly. Fine, where to, ghost boy? A park? Would I fit pigeons? Well, you seem like you need something to hit, so maybe you can just fight a tree instead. A park sounds nice, open space, quiet, a chance to stop suffocating in Ethan's shadow for 5 minutes. You tilt your head towards the door. Fine, let's go. There's someone outside Ethan's room. Whoa. A figure dressed in black hunched near the door. At first you think maybe it's some idiot trying to break in and steal something, but then you realize they're not trying to get in. They are peering through the keyhole, whispering something under their breath. Low and urgent. Twin flames. You're not the only one who has counted the days in quiet fury. How many people have you killed, Ethan? You undoubt but freeze, your eyes narrow, your body instantly tensing. What the hell? The shift beside you, his expression sharp, watching the figure closely. What are they saying? You try to listen, straining to catch any words, but it's too soft, just barely out of reach. But the tone? It's wrong, low and fast, not like someone trying to cast a spell or anything ridiculous, but someone desperate. Someone talking to themselves, repeating something over and over. Your head snaps up, you feel your stomach drop as they whispering and slowly, carefully turn their head towards the hallway. But there's nothing to see. You and them are invisible, unseen, unheard. And yet, the figure hesitates, then with a word, they bolt. Wait, so it's not a dead person? It's not a ghost? They disappear down the hall, moving quickly, silent footsteps fading. You and those stare at him, and a thick silence settling between you. Okay, that wasn't creepy at all. Should we follow them? You have already decided to take a break, and honestly, you still need it. You let a breath, shaking your head. Now let's stick to the plan. We can deal with this later. I mean, if he wants to kill Ethan, that's okay with me, right? You let yourself enjoy the freedom, even if it won't last. The city stretches behind you, but in the quiet of the park, it feels like another world entirely. The sound of distant traffic fades into nothing, the soft rustling of trees replacing the constant hum of urban life. Though walks a little slower, his shoulders looser than before. You think I could still fall in? That depends. Do ghosts have balance? Guess we're about to find out. You take an exaggerated step forward, pretending to stumble for a moment. You think you might tip forward and maybe gravity still has a hold on you, but nothing happens. Your body isn't yours anymore, the world doesn't touch you the way it used to. You don't make waves, you don't make a sound, you don't make an impact. It's off at first, but just a tiny chuckle under his breath, but then it becomes more fundamental. You glance over at him and he's smiling, really smiling. Orange glow. Shades of ice around the boy's heart melts away, apathy and resignation preside, giving way to a timid gentleness, bare skin in the summer sun after a long winter. Not that soft, careful expression you've seen before, not like he's trying to comfort you or watching his words. This is different, it's easy, unrestrained. You step down from the fountain edge, stretching your arms behind your head before flopping on a nearby bench, staring at the sky. I almost forgot what it's like to just chill. The hump stepping closer before sitting down at the opposite end of the bench, he leans back, eyes half-lidded, watching the tree's branches sway overhead. Yeah, it's nice. He's thinking. You can tell his gaze is distant, focused on something that isn't here. Brooding. But freed from the frost rage, grief, and the promise of future that will never come, dark, deep-rooted emotions on spirit come to resurface like black serpents, calling within those mind, casting shadows over his face. Part of you wants to ask him about what you remember, but another part of you doesn't. Not yet. Not when this moment still feels light. You don't want to ruin it just yet. So instead, just mirror tilting your head towards him. I didn't peg you for a type who enjoys sitting around the park. But yeah, what type did you peg me for? I don't know, you got that whole I think too much energy. I figure if I ever saw you in a park, you'd be one of those guys writing in a journal and drinking some overpriced coffee. Contemplating life or some shit. Okay, first of all, ouch. Second of all, that's not that far off. But for the record, my coffee was never overpriced. I work at a supermarket. It has its benefits. Like God intended. Coffee, it's meant to be cheap. So you admit that you had a journal. Maybe. Blink and you miss it. Years of life buried in books. Wasted years of academic hardship and constant belittlement. Wasted years of a reserved disposition and tendency not to bother others. Wasted. Do you ever think about what it felt like before? Before what? Not's looking down at his hands, fingers flexing slightly, like he's trying to remember what it was like to hold something. Nerve response. 10 miles away, in a neighborhood city inside a small second-story apartment, a young woman's fingers twitch reflexively. A childhood memory washes over her, a game of catch with her little brother. They don't talk anymore, her choice, yet now she wonders if he's well and what is up to. Unaware that his decomposing body lays in a forest covered in moss and maggots? Jesus Christ, so you're in a forest. I don't know, just existing, feeling things. I try to remember what the sun felt on my skin, but it's weird. Like, I know it was warm, but I don't actually remember the feeling. His voice is quiet, almost absent-minded. Yeah, I get that. You glance up at the sky again. It's strange how the world keeps moving without you, the way the sun still rises, the wind still moves, and the city still breathes, like nothing ever changed, like you were never ever here. Like nothing. Like those only college friend never invited him out to the park and into the woods, like that friend never grew jealous or some imagined academic excellence they'll possess. Like that friend never wrapped his hands around those throat and watched the life leave his eyes. Damn. What do you think we're supposed to do? I think we're supposed to kill this guy. Supposed to what? Supposed to hurt him or to bring him to justice or just to let it go? That makes you pause. Let go? You know you haven't let yourself think about it. Look, I want revenge. I think like I personally want revenge. But I think getting justice, it's also getting revenge. Kind of. Right? So I would say, look, I wanted revenge for me, but I think I want justice for Doe, right? So I want justice. Reason tempers your rage. Doe doesn't pause for an explanation. He just nods, exhaling slowly, watching as the trees sway in the morning breeze. What do you want? Because even if we don't kill him, he will eventually die, and when he dies, I'm gonna be waiting as a ghost to torture him in the afterlife. But he can also suffer in the normal life. I want to remember my name, my life outside of my dad. I've actually put together some things, but I don't remember my childhood. Nothing about growing up. Just dead and college. No, the worst. Is there even any point in it? I'm dead. It doesn't really matter anymore. Oh no. You don't have an answer for him. Instead, your eyes search around in lieu of your brain trying to solve his problem. Why don't we go to the cemetery? I don't wanna be buried. The cemetery looms ahead, quiet and still. Where souls get to rest. You're not sure why you suggest the cemetery, a simple gut feeling called you. He dries his tears, you want to help him. And your gut tells you the cemetery will mend his broken spirit. Well, his body might be in a forest, but maybe his family buried him here. The iron gates stand open, the path leading inside, lined with old trees, their branches twisting like outstretched hands. This is where you used to work, this is where you spent hours wandering before you died. And now you're waking through it with someone just as dead as you. Beside you, though hesitates at the entrance, it's subtle, but you catch the way his step falters just slightly. You stop walking, tilting your head slightly as you glance at him. You good? Yeah, just weird being back here, I guess. Back here? Hmm. Well, I guess it's pretty much impossible to know. If he's in here, we don't even remember his name, right? Watch him, arms crossed, waiting for that moment, waiting for recognition to light up his face, for him to stop and say, "This is it, this is me." But that moment never comes. You pass old graves with names that have long since faded, past newer ones with fresh dirt still settling into the earth. The whole time, though, doesn't say a word, he just looks and looks and looks. Then eventually, he stops. Not because he found something, not because something clicks, but because he knows just as much as you that there's nothing here. There's no headstone with his name, no marker of his existence. Nothing. It's like he was never here at all. Joe exhales slowly, his shoulders sinking as he stares at a blank patch of grass between two graves. He lets out a short, humorless laugh, shaking his head slightly. Restless. He's looking for his own grave, a sign that he lived, passed away, and was mourned. He finds none. Guess that will be too easy, huh? I guess that's what's important to honor the dead. You don't say anything at first, he doesn't look angry, just tired. He let himself hope for something, even for a second, and now that hope settles into disappointment. You bump your shoulder against his. Well, look at it this way, you can definitely go by John Doe. Right, yeah. That's a weird kind of freedom, I guess. But his smile doesn't last, he lingers for a second, then fades at the edges, like he was never fully there. You see his eyes, the sadness buried underneath, the quiet ache of not knowing. No name, no past, no certainty. John Doe, you are the only thing grounding him to reality at the moment. Having a name, even a temporary one, is enough to prevent his complete shutdown. Just fragments of memory slipping through his fingers like sand. He runs a hand through his hair, exhaling slowly before looking at you again. What now? Your gaze flickers towards the edge of the cemetery where the trees stretch towards the sky, their branches swaying slightly in the wind. There's a trail there leading to the forest. A quiet place to think, a place to breathe. If either of you couldn't still do that, or would something busier be better? The series lie beyond the cemetery gates, and the street is full of people going about their night. Downtown isn't far, maybe the noise, the movement, the life will help pull the... There's another if I call there one, the morgue. Yeah, we should go to the morgue. If that answers to know the truth, that's where you are, at the place where your body was last seen. You could go there. Maybe there's something you missed. Perhaps it's time to stop avoiding it. You cross your arms, glancing at Doe. We have a few options. You could take a walk in the forest, clear our heads, figure out what to do next. Or we could go downtown, see if anything jogs your memory. Or we could go to the morgue. You wait, letting the options settle between you. Eventually, Doe tilts his head, considering. Your call, partner. You roll your eyes at them, but you can help this slight smear to touch your corner of your lips. Don't call me that. Doe just grins. Too late. Oh man, I have to choose where to go. I want to go to the morgue. Wait, it says walk in the forest, visit downtown, or skip to the morgue. You shake your head, exhaling slowly as you make your choice. This decision may seal your fate. So if I go straight to the morgue, maybe I'm gonna be missing something, but I really want to go to the morgue. Let's go there. That's what I will personally do, and I play visual novels the way I will do things in real life. If I could be a ghost. You begin walking towards the morgue. You don't really want to be there, but there's no evidence of Doe anywhere. Not at the cemetery, not in the records, nowhere. There should be something, some kind of proof, but there wasn't. It doesn't make sense. None of this makes sense. So you're here. The follows close behind, quieter than usual. He hasn't said much since the cemetery. You don't blame him, you wouldn't know what to say either. He doesn't need to breathe, but still exhales, Long and slow, his voice barely a whisper. This place gives me the creeps. I mean, understandable. I used to work here, you know? Yeah? Back before all this, it was just a job. Guess it's different now, huh? He just looks around, eyes flickering the cabinets and storage spaces. The empty tables meant for people who actually existed. Yeah. You know what you're looking for? Not exactly, but you know you recognize it when you see it. There's something there, here. You start searching. You move quickly, cabinets, drawers, storage spaces, your hands ghost over them, ripping them open with your otherworldly ability, then slamming them shut. It doesn't matter what's inside, none of it matters, everything else is noise until you find what you're looking for. The silence is thick, then you stop. Your eyes catch something out of place. A bag, nothing remarkable, nothing fancy, just a simple worn bag tucked into the back of the storage unit. You reach out, your fingers ghostling over the material before you pull it forward, unzipping it slowly. Inside there are items, personal belongings, things shoved inside carelessly, discarded like they are no longer matter, and among them, old student IDs. You furrow your brows, pulling them out, flipping through them, names, faces, forgotten students who must have come through here at some point. One ID catches your attention. You move to grab it, half expecting it to fall out of your ghostly hands, but it doesn't. Your fingers slide around it to bring closer, staring at the name, the photo, the pieces of the puzzle that was missing until now. You freeze looking at the text on the ID. Ethan Calloway. What? When you flip the ID over, you are met with Ethan's face. With what? So that's why you don't remember your name, because Ethan took your name and your life, I guess. There's another one, another ID, another name. And the name? Jude Marshall. You feel confusion breaking through the aura building in your chest, your hands. What the hell's happening? It's the face you've been following this whole time. The face you spoke to, haunted, tormented. The face of the person you thought you knew. The face that was supposed to belong to Ethan. But it doesn't. Jude's face is turned back at you. What a cool name. Jude Marshall. That's a cool name. Everything slots together. Jude isn't Ethan. Jude killed Ethan. You notice that your hands have started shaking. The ID card in your grip feels heavier than it should. Though, or rather, Ethan hasn't spoken, not since you pulled the cards out. He stands beside you, staring. He saw the IDs as well. Now his eyes are back on you. Jude. You barely recognize your own voice. Their name is poison in your mouth. Ethan flinches slightly, his fingers twitching like he wants to grab the card but doesn't trust himself to move. Jude Marshall. The name feels foreign and familiar all at once. You know it now. You know him now. But still doesn't feel real. You turn looking at Ethan and really looking at him. His hands are clenched at his sides, his shoulders tense. His eyes lock back onto the sun's ID like they are a time bomb waiting to go off. And maybe they are. He... Yeah. You were dating a liar this entire time, a murderer, a snake who shed its skin and stapled the flesh of another onto its back to pretend it was something it wasn't. Ethan. That's the name that should have been carved into a headstone, but it wasn't. That's a life that disappeared without a trace. His voice is quiet, empty. Guess I wasn't even worth remembering. Damn. Damn. This is a good plot twist. Because Jude Marshall is going to pay for this. He won't even have a chance to beg. Wait, but I did choose to get justice, right? So I shouldn't kill him. Your grip around the IDs tighten as you turn to leave the morgue. You finally have something to scare Jude with, but you still feel a jeering emptiness. You keep running your fingers over the edges of the Ethan's IDs. You know if it's grounding or not, you or cuddling you open, maybe both. Ethan walks at your side, silent. You're not sure if he's angry or grieving or empty like you. You don't know what to think, so you can focus on returning to Jude's room. The dorms are dark by the time you get there. You just step outside the building, staring at the windows. You can tell which one belongs to Jude from here, but he's up there. But are other people seeing just like a couple of IDs floating in the sky or something? Ethan doesn't move first, he just watches you, waiting for you to take the lead. After a pause, you do, beginning your ascent up the old building and reaching Jude's door. It's unlocked. You walk through it. The room is dim, it's lit only by the faintest glow from the hallway. Jude shape is easy to make out of the bed, curled towards the wall, one hand tucked beneath his pillow. He looks ordinary, peaceful even. You step inside and it takes you a moment to realize you aren't alone. The hooded figure you've been seeing recently is inside Jude's room, standing in front of Jude's dresser, pale fingers carefully sliding the drawers open one by one, quiet, meticulous, like they are searching for something. What the hell? Is maybe that's the real Jude even, or something, like another people Jude killed, I mean. Ethan's eyes like yours are fixed on them, watching their every movement. They are here again. Ethan edges closer, squinting as through he can force shadows to peel back and reveal a face. I can't. I still can't see them. The figure's hood stays low over their heads, shadows clinging to them like smoke. No face, no features, nothing. Like something of evil, sneaky guy. They move to Jude's nightstand, now lifting a small journal and flipping through it page by page. Their movements are precise, practiced even. You glance back at Jude, still asleep. What are they doing here? I don't know. He then steps forward, automatically blocking the way, even though it's obvious the figure can't see him. You grab his arm. Wait. This is it. Decide your fate. You tell me decide my fate, but I only have one option. It's because I lean too much to one side. Like if I don't lean too much, I get the other option. You push it away from the figure, determined to take control of the situation. He doesn't resist, backing away until he's out of your sight. He knows better. You shove the nightstand harder than you mean to. The lamp treats for a brief moment, then tips. It hits the floor with a dull crack, spilling oil across the warped boards. For half a second, nothing happens, then the flames catches. There's a quiet whoosh as fire. Uh-oh, I think I fucked up. The figure at the desk freezes for half a second before bolting out of the room, gone as if they were never there. But the fire isn't gone, it's very, very real. You watch it for a moment, feeling the heat build at your back, the room. Already smells of old wood burning, smoke thick in your throat. You can barely hear anything except the faint roar of fire now. Jude coughs. He's awake now, struggling upright in bed. His blanket falls away in a messy heap as he hacks and whizzes, eyes wide and glassy in the flickering firelight. He twists his face in confusion, then his eyes shoot open in panic. The room's orange glow reflects in his irises. He looks around, taking it. Fire, smoke, you. His gaze lands on you like a blow. Voices catches from unbroken. He coughs again, clutches his throat, fingers scrubbing. What did you... You say nothing. It's your turn to provoke him with silence. Watch him suffer, yeah. You stay still, rooted. His cough doubles and struggles to breathe. His hands flail at the smoke as if he can push it away. His legs shaking with his stance. His knees threatening to buckle with his step. Help me, please. You remain where you stand. He stumbled sideways, coughing so hard his body jerks, his nearly falls, catching himself against the desk. Please. He repeats. You don't have to. Your eyes stare down at him. You know the expression on your face is nothing short of cold and unempathetic. Jude collapses near the far wall. His body shakes as he tugs again and again. Less each time, shallower until it stops. And then he's still. You listen to the crackle of the fire as it feeds on everything left. You expect to feel something, but you don't. No relief, no justice, not even satisfaction. Just hollow. Like something inside you burn up along with the rest of it. You glance at your hand, the IDs are still there, Ethan's Jude's, the edges are soft now, melted a little by the heat. Ethan's face is half warped, Jude isn't. His body stares back at you. A sound behind you makes you turn. You expect to see Ethan, but It's Jude. Ethan is not in the room anymore. But it's a ghost now, right? His ghost stands near the bed, the same clothes he died in. Pale dim, he looks down at himself, frowning like he's trying to remember something. His eyes meet yours, he's terrified, rooted in place. You don't move, neither does he. Then, Jude's ghost fades. Slowly, quietly, he doesn't say anything, but he's suffering. You can tell. And you're alone again. You leave the room. You pass Ethan's ghost in the hallway, he watches you with a look you can read. There's no relief in his face, no peace as he blinks and turns away from you. You don't stop. This feels like a bad ending. You wonder what Jude through his last moments. Was it you? Was it Ethan? Was it anything at all? You keep walking. There's no place you're going, not really. You can just stay there anymore. Your feet lead you to a lake in the forest, your reflection non-existent as you peer into the depths of the water below. You toss the IDs in. They sing without a sound. You think about following them, but you don't. You couldn't if you tried. You're stuck here forever. Ending 2, Revenge. So yeah, bad ending, I guess. But even though I made the choices, I guess I should have said something instead of watching him suffer. I'm blind now. Okay, so I'm gonna go real quick to the itch.io page. It's just 20,000 words, 2 endings. Unique tooltip feature to analyze others and yourself. I love that, by the way. The tooltip feature, it's great. Okay, so I think I can load from the last one. And... Spook Jude, yeah. You step toward him slowly, carefully, the way you might walk toward a deer you want to see run. He jerks back. No, you can't. You don't stop, you take another step, another... Jude stumbles away from you, his bare feet slap against the cold wood, slipping for half a second on the oil slick patch near the desk. He catches himself and stares wildly at the door. Flames lick up the sides of it now, dancing along the edge like he's impeding him through. He can't stop, so he runs to the window. The latch sticks, he fumbles with it, he's shaking his hands useless. Slick with sweat and soot, he gets up on the third try. The night air rushes in, cold and sharp and full of smoke. I think you're not supposed to open windows when there's fire, but... He hesitates, there's nowhere to go. The dorm's hole, the ledge is narrow, there's no safe way down. But he climbs out of anyway, you watch his foot slip once to the wet seal. He almost catches himself, almost. He falls. The sound he makes isn't screaming, not exactly, it's something shorter, softer, like surprise. Like the air getting punched out of him on the way down. Wait, he died anyway? Then he's gone. You hear the impact, bone and concrete aren't meant to meet like that. You stare after him for a long time, the wind pushing cold fingers through your hair before you step back into the room. The fire rages behind you. You expect to feel something, but you don't. No relief? It's the same thing, right? Wait, so I got the same ending? Then where is the breakthrough for the previous ending? There's only one option in here, and I feel like at this point I already fucked up. So I could go back to here and walk in the forest? Maybe? Or should I choose the other options that I didn't choose? Yes, I do on the forest, the trees, okay. I'm gonna go a little bit faster on this one. I'm gonna be reading it, I'm just not gonna be reading it out loud. Almost peaceful about it. The basilisk snarls at you, and yet you're on the edge, rather. Though it's your sixth sense is picking up the subtle feeling and mistaking it as your own. Ah, come on. The deeper you go, the more the air changes. It's subtle at first, it's just a shift, a slight temperature difference. This place is starting to feel off. We're gonna find his body, right? Because he's in the forest. Bat ends and just stretch your ghostly limbs. Wait, that was not it, right? I don't think that did anything. Scared him off? Wait, what happened? It's gonna end the same. Okay. Downtown, maybe? Hmm. He's waiting for something to click. For a memory to shake itself. So downtown, it's not it, but the... Wait, let me load. Let me load the game. So I go to the forest, but I choose... When I choose forward, they say it felt weird. So what if I go forward again? Come on. The path narrows even more, branching, reaching down like fingers trying to grab you. The ground beneath your feet is soft. Places where there has been disturbed. Something isn't right. The earth feels heavy here. The path ends and you stretch your ghostly limbs, seeming to have enjoyed your walk. So it's not. It's not. How many times am I gonna have to do this? Walk in the forest? Forward, maybe? And it seems like the right path. So it's not forward again, so it's left or right. Left? No, it's right, okay. No. I want to load. So it's front, right. Forward. Right? Wait, it's not? Okay, there's something definitely I'm missing there. Walk into the forest. So forward. Okay. The first one. It's the one that I'm okay. Got it. So I'm gonna find the body right if I do this. Walk in the forest. So if it's not left, it's right. Okay. Thankfully, I can go back in time. So right. It seems to be the right path. He doesn't say anything, just watches you waiting for your decision. So it would be right. Forward. Yeah. It will have to be left, right? Right. Forward. Right again? Yeah. You turn right again, walking a few paces, you consider turning back, but you smell something just as you feet. Shit. Something within you stirs. A full rotting stench. It hits you all at once, twisting around the back of your throat, making your nose wrinkled. Do you smell that? It smells like you. Dale stops beside you, his eyes flicker to the ground, a head to the even patch of dirt just beyond the trees. You follow his gaze. That patch of dirt is different. It's been disturbed. Ophelia. Pressure of the chest, muted lungs full of dirt. Half covered with leaves like someone tried to hide something and gave up halfway. You step towards the smell growing stronger, pressing against you. It's coming from there. Whatever it's under that dirt, that's what's rotting. Dale doesn't move, he just stares at the spot, his hands twitching slightly. The basilisk opens its mouth, you think you hear a voice beneath the earth. Help. His expression has gone blank like his mind has shut down. Your stomach churns, but you have to know, you have to see. You kneel, reaching out fingers, gusting over the loose dirt, and it moves from under you, scattering away from your touch. The smell intensifies. It hits you like a punch to the gut, the overwhelming stench of dead decay and something left to rot alone for far too long. You get your teeth, forcing yourself to keep going, pushing aside dirt, pulling away leaves until you see it. A hand. Pale, shriveled skin, stretched tight over bone, part of it's missing, stripped away by time, insects or something else. Your breath catches and you keep digging, faster now, frantic. Dirt blows over fabric, over sleep, over a face, and then you stop. It's him. Though. He's staring down at it, at himself. Okay, that would be really fucked up. His mouth's open slightly, but nothing comes out, he just stares. It's real. And suddenly, everything is different. Though. He takes a step back, just one, his expression stays frozen. But you can feel it, the way everything inside him has just snapped. The realization, the horror, the weight of it pressing down at once. And you don't know what to say. Because what the hell are you supposed to say to someone who just found their own grave, yeah? No, we need to... Oh my god. Oh my god. The morgue, we need to... The turns are running in the direction of the morgue, okay? He doesn't slow, he enters the door with hesitation. He walks straight through it, vanishing into the dim, sterile light beyond. You follow. The morgue is quiet, though it's already searching. His movements are frantic, ripping open cabinets and pulling through. Oh, now he's doing it for me, right? He knows what to look for. No. A back, nothing remarkable. Okay, so yeah, about the same thing. Callaway, yeah. So we know this one already, right? I'm gonna save this just in case it's different. I wonder if this is gonna give me like a different option. Dated liar and murderer, yeah. I should have remembered. You know what you're supposed to say to someone who just realized they've been watching their own murderer wear their face? I promise to get you the justice you deserve. Okay, so maybe that this changes something. Okay, this is about the same. Place the IDs on Jude's nightstand. Okay, that's different. Step quietly towards the nightstand. The lamp flickers. The flame's reflection dances along the hooded figure's arms, and it continues its search, oblivious to you. This isn't your revenge. It isn't your place. But it could be justice. Your hand shakes slightly as you reach towards the nightstands by Jude's bed. You say the ID is done quietly, deliberately. They make a soft click against the wood. It's a small sound in the dark, but it's enough. His eyes open, bleary and red rim. He looks around and confused. He's breathing shallow. Then he sees the hooded figure standing at his nightstand. And his face shifts. Who the fuck are you? And what the hell are you doing in here? The hooded figure doesn't answer. They take a step back and present the IDs, gripping them tightly. Jude's expression twists, instantly recognizing them. He knows what's happening, even if he doesn't understand how. Panic scrambles across his features like an insect skitters under his skin. Give those back. I wonder why Jude didn't just destroy the IDs. Jude snarls, looking for the figure. The figure darts away, fast and practiced. Jude is wild now, unhinged, the same way he was when he figured you out. Come back, you don't know what you're doing. But the figure doesn't stop. You hear him shouting as he runs, the echoes bouncing off the old wooden walls. You follow them out into the night, the outside sharp, smelling like rain that hasn't fallen yet. You watch the figure duck into the shadows beyond the courtyard. Jude lags now slower. He curses under his breath, punching at the brick walls when he can't keep up. You drift farther away from him towards the figure. They don't stop until they reach the edge of town. You realize where they are going. The police station. It makes sense in a way that feels heavy in your chest. You watch the figure step through the front doors. You linger for a moment before you move closer inside. Inside now, standing up by the desk, the figure slams the IDs down in front of the officer on duty. You hear their voice, sharp as a knife. You refuse to do anything without evidence, so here is identity theft. My friend's still out there, and you people stop looking. Is this my friend? The officer stares at them, then at the IDs. Recognition dawns on his tired face. His fingers move to pick up the Ethan's ID first, turning it over carefully. Jude's comes next. Where did you get this? Dorm room, the one that used to belong to Ethan. You know, the real Ethan. The officer calls someone, another officer, and then another. Then wheels start turning. Justice, hopefully. Word spreads fast in the small town. By morning, there's a search party combing the woods behind the school. Officers sweep the dormitories. The lake is stretched, students whispering clumps, wide-eyed, their voices hushed but frantic. It doesn't take long. They find Ethan's body beneath the roots of an old tree, hidden deep in the dirt like something someone tried to bury and forget. But you can bury a ghost, not really. You watch from a distance as they carry him out. You can see his face, but you don't need to. You already say goodbye. The funeral is quiet, no family comes to claim him. You stand by the grave as they lower him down, dirt falling like soft rain. Someone places flowers at the marker. You're not sure who, it doesn't matter. He's home now. Jude is arrested 2 days later. The trial doesn't last long. There's too much evidence, too many mistakes. Taking Ethan's identity was the biggest one. Everyone believed he was Ethan until they found the real Ethan in the ground. The masks sleep fast after that. Jude doesn't fight it, he just laughs sometimes, soft and broken. They lock him away. You visit the dormitory once after it's all over. The room is empty, clean out, but you can still feel the weight of what happened there. You don't stay long. Evening falls slow tonight. The graveyard is quiet, the stone leans at odd angles, worn smooth by time and weather. The grass is soft beneath your shoes as you walk. The wind moves through the trees with a low, tired sigh. Ethan sits by his own grave. He's less pale now, each day gives him back a little more of himself. He watches you approach with a small smile. You sit beside him. For a while neither of you speak, the silence isn't heavy this time, it's easy, comfortable. After a while, you ask him a question. Do you have any regrets? Ethan looks down at his hands, his fingers brush over the carved letter of his name on the stone. The flowers beside it are fresh. Only one. You glance over, he's smiling again, a little shy. I wish I asked you out, back when I was alive. I mean, I was going to. I had everything planned out. I asked you to meet in a letter, but then... He cut himself off siding. What? You get the point. You blink, laughing after a moment. It's never too late. He glances at you, his expression shifts. He wasn't expecting that. The flower. That gives this game his name. And then he leans forward, picking up one of those flowers by his grave, a small, delicate thing. Pale petals, edges just starting to curl. He offers it to you. In that case, will you... Ending 1, Justice. So it's one ending for Ethan and one ending for Jude, right? Alright, so that was Myosotis, My Life Is Not Yours to Take. Very interesting visual novel. Many words. My throat, it's done so after this game. I found this very cool. I particularly like the text you can like highlight for the tooltip, and you get like extra information about stuff. It's like really nice. It's like, I don't know if you guys, but like when you're talking or when you're thinking about something, you have this extra like additional thoughts about stuff. Like that's too bright. It's like you can see those additional thoughts that you usually have, but like in text form, it's really nice. Story was also really good. If anything, a little slow. No, not slow at the end, but at the beginning. I'm sorry. A little slow. It's not what I'm trying to say. And like at the beginning, I didn't know what was the story going to be about. Obviously, right? So I was like, oh, is this gonna be about me solving my own murder and stuff like that? There's a bunch of like, well, not a bunch, a couple of things that I was like, I need to suspend the disbelief a little bit. Like, I think this, like, why no one bothered checking? Like, they found my body. Like, I'm really not sure. They found my body. That no one thought about, like, oh, who killed me, right? Did I just die and get stuff in the box? No one ever complained about that, right? I guess the police officers in this town are just like terrible people. I will have like to see the person behind the hood, right? Who was like by name, by illustration, would have been nice. The reveal was absolutely fantastic. You know, the reveal that Ethan was not Ethan and it was like this other guy, like Doe was actually Ethan. That was like really good. I didn't see it coming. I usually see the plot twist coming, but I didn't see that one coming. It was really good. I thought the real Ethan, like the real Doe reveal, was going to be something, but not this. So it was like really good. Obviously, illustrations of the game really nice, really beautiful. You know, like Doe, like Ethan, it's really cute. I like the revenge ending too. I think it's like him dying. It's good just desserts, right? But also the justice ending itself so really nice. So I wonder what happened at the end. Like we both go to Haven because he got his burial, right? But did I? Am I gonna go to Haven or to Hell? I'm just gonna pass away, or am I just gonna be stuck in here forever until like the other guy dies, right? Who knows? There's a bunch of things that like loose ends, right? This is a game jam game, so probably that had to do with like a couple of the loose ends. But like on the overall scheme of things, I think this is a really nice story, and I really like it. It's super nice. So I like the idea that you have to find the dead body because you get clues about that, right? You're like, oh, it's rotting in somewhere, right? And that crossed my mind the first time. I was like, we can go to the forest and maybe find his body, but I wanted to go to the morgue first. So it's really nice that to get the second, like the good ending, you actually have to go there and try a little bit with what direction to go. That was also really nice. Again, if you guys want to try this game, the link will be down in the description with all the games I played so far. Please give it a try. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, developer, for making the game. It's really good. And I will see you guys on the next indie game.